from many ages ago.
California, USA. Pepperdine.
And he's offered to do an interview with me as I'm, shall we say, making some changes, progressions from yoga, yes, it's a yoga teacher, to being a monk. The forest monastery. Camera. Chair. A little closer, get the pole out of that. There we go. Okay. So Barry, you're full of questions.
Yeah, exactly. My actually nickname is Mr. Question Mark.
Okay.
Because when I was in school, I was asking questions. And in Pepperdine, you remember, always I asking question every day.
Yes, holding up the class.
10 questions every day. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk to you today. I wanted to ask you that why all of a sudden you decided to be a monk, and what are the advantages of being a monk? And also, as soon as you become a monk, what do you have to drop from your life? What you are doing right now, you cannot do anything anymore, or what are the major changes that you have to do?
Okay, well, here, microphone. What I see, for me, the evolution to become a monk wasn't necessarily something planned or particularly foreseen. It's just a path that sort of developed on its own. I'm obviously from a yoga background. I've been practicing yoga now for over 25 years. And yoga is really, in its initial stages, just treating your body very well, following what they call yamas and niyamas, which are essentially ways to take care of yourself, have a harmony within your body, yourself, and your mind, and also with harmony around people around you. So I wouldn't say that I was out there looking for Buddhism. It's more like I came across the teachings, started investigating further and further, and I found that a lot of the information, a lot of the beliefs, a lot of the observations really resonated with things I had already thought of on my own. Maybe I do or don't look like it. I'm over 50. I feel like I've had some life experience and can incredibly speak and say that, I've been in different worlds or surroundings, opportunities, careers, that kind of thing. And looking and reflecting on everything, the Buddhist teachings and the mentality and the ideas of what they're trying to just guide people to be decent to themselves and decent to everybody around them. It really is just such a simple thing. Without overcomplicating it, it makes life a lot more enjoyable. And so with the yoga, one of the reasons for yoga is to prepare your body physically, the strength-wise, so that you can hold meditation postures for 2, 3, 4 hours. Yeah? So you really have to have quite some physical strength and fortitude to be able to sit in one place. Also, you have to have a calm mind to do 3 or 4 hours of meditation. Now, I've been wanting to advance my meditation practices over the years, and I found that really the masters of meditation, as far as for what I'm concerned with or how I view it, is really Buddhists. They've been doing it for 2,500 years. Wow. And there's more than 67 types of meditation techniques. So it's a very, shall we say, interesting path, and the internal journey that it offers, the spiritual side, is very interesting. As far as giving things up, I don't look at it that way.
That's very important. What do you give?
I don't look at it that way.
Can you go, for example, watch movie? To Bandarola,
sure, you can go to a movie.
But with the monk,
you go on your robe. Yeah, of course.
No problem.
No problem. The thing is, once you're diving in a little bit into Buddhism, you start to see things like, remember the movie The Matrix?
Yeah.
Well, you start to see this as a movie.
Your mindset will change.
Your mindset, it just takes, not change, you just take an extra perception or perspective or observation, however you want to say. It's easier for you to get around. That a lot of what we're seeing right now is an illusion, just like a movie. The whole basis and premise, how everything meshes together, what's called rising and falling, permanence, impermanence, these concepts very, very close to how a movie is done.
Mhm.
And it can be a bit disconcerting. But yeah, as a monk, you can do, normal life things. You can travel, you can do a lot of things.
Can go to a restaurant and eat, like a steak, T-bone steak in a luxury restaurant, because I haven't seen any monk in five-star Michelin luxury restaurant to eat steak or.
Well, if somebody offered alms and invited them, perhaps. But
Mhm.
there's two things. A lot of monks follow specific dietary guidelines, vegetarian or
They
meat
have
or no
to.
meat.
They have to.
No, actually
Uh-uh.
no. The monastery where I am, they do actually serve meat for those who want it.
Oh,
The
red meat or white meat?
uh, all kinds, even fish.
Wow, that's very
The,
good.
the,
I
the
want to
thing
be a
is,
monk
well, the thing is, the view or the context behind it is what you have to understand. It's very, very bad karma to kill a living creature.
Mhm.
But if the creature's already dead and you didn't do it, and you're just eating to survive, because with the monks in their very beginning days with Buddha, they went around with alms bowls. They had to live. If they didn't accept the food that came into their bowl, they would die. So there was nobody at that point preaching vegetarianism. And my teacher, his philosophy or view on this is just being very practical and saying, as long as you're not harming another living creature, with moderation, eat as you like.
Mhm.
And so, I think that's also a very important thing. There's different, shall we say, lineages or interpretations of Buddhism, like anything. I'm going to a monastery that's with Theravada, which is the most original sort of format of Buddhism.
The second biggest school of Buddhism in Sri Lanka. It's called the Theravada.
Theravada,
The second biggest school of Buddhism.
Well, I thought it was the first, but okay.
No, second.
Second,
Can you
okay.
bet?
No, I'm not going to bet. I can't bet. I'm a monk. But that brings up the other point.
Asapua Mahamevnava is a Theravada concept.
Okay, all right. But the other thing, you said you didn't know anything about Buddhism. You're reading up before. Okay. So then the other thing is, obviously, as a monk, you're supposed to renounce material possessions. So that, interestingly enough, is just something that's come up over time for me personally. I found that cars, businesses, properties, everything else are really not so much they're made out to be. They're actually like a huge burden and end up costing you more effort, time, whatever, fighting to keep it from everybody else who wants to take it away, or the forces of the universe. Then you actually get to enjoy it. I mean, I've known so many people, including myself, who had an extra house or whatever it is, but you never get to see it because you're always fighting to keep what you think
so you've been also
is yours.
Multi-billionaire or millionaire before, so now.
No, I wouldn't say I was. I was very, very well off. I've done very, very well. I wouldn't say billionaire. Maybe I had 7 digits at one moment on paper, but I never saw the money.
Not like Elon Musk. Not like Elon Musk.
But the point is, nothing's easy, and we all have this idea, or shall we say, a lot of us are fed the idea by the Western society and the globalization that more and more and more. Capture this mobile phone, capture this laptop. You got to have this car, and you know what? I think after you've acquired those things, then you can sit and reflect on it and go, you know what? I'm not feeling like complete as a person still. There's something missing. And that's the moment where hopefully people reflect upon that and don't go crazy and try to look for something else to make their existence in this physical plane a little bit more rewarding, shall we say.
Can you tell me a little about daily life of a monk? For example, what time you have to wake up and what you have to do? What time do you go to bed? What time you have to sleep at night?
Barry, I've been living like a monk before. That's all happened. I can only say for myself, I wake up earlier than the normal monk schedule. I wake up every day for my own meditation, breath practice at 4:45 in the morning every day. At the monastery, as I understand it, it's 5 a.m.
5 a.m.
So
15 minutes early.
Yeah, the other thing that's very interesting is forest monastery is a lot different than a temple. A temple monk is a lot of public relations. You're out there, you're talking to people.
Visitors are coming.
Yes, exactly. A lot of chanting and fair, if you want to call it. But in a forest monastery, you're really there for the practice.
Oh.
For doing the meditation, going deeper with it. You do have some, what they do at this particular monastery is they have retreats every other week. People come from outside, stay for a week, and immerse themselves. So it's a little bit less transient. You get to know people. You get to sort of work in a different format. And I think it's, for me, that's a much more rewarding type
So
of
visitors
experience.
are allowed to come to Forest Monastery to see you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then when you say Forest Monastery, have you heard about Asapua Mahamevnava? Mahamevnava means great rainforest.
Mhm.
So Theravada concept or methodology of Buddhism, which is the biggest, second biggest school of Buddhism in the world. And they have 65 chapters in Sri Lanka and 45 chapters around the world, including like Amsterdam, Berlin, Frankfurt, London, and so on. It started from a guy from Tamil Nadu state of India 300 years before Jesus Christ. So he came down to Sri Lanka and he went to the deep forest, great rainforest. So that's why they call it Theravada. It's like Mahamevnava methodology. So it is like a forest. So you're going to Theravada.
Yeah,
There you go. So that's why it's called Forest Monastery.
Well, the reason it's called Forest Monastery is precisely for its location. And the focus, again, is not so much on public relations and drawing people in, but having people stay and get deeper with their practice and their knowledge and information and meditation. And
is it the same monastery that talk about reflection, inflection, mindfulness, thoughtfulness, and respecting elders and teaching elders? That's the one?
Those are all key elements of Buddhism. Some people refer to these things as Vipassana meditation retreat, which is the first, shall we say, stage or step into Buddhism, or the practice of the meditation realm, as it were. And that is what is the focus of the first week. If anybody, when they go there, that's what the main direction in which they go. And it's a very nice practice. And then a lot of people will either not come back again, or they'll come back for further times on, and go a little bit deeper. And this, I met actually one gentleman. He was from the Navy, and it was his 20th time going back to the monastery.
Wow!
For these 1 week retreats.
To be a monk, but temporary.
No, not a monk. Just to practice. Right? You can. Buddhism is very flexible. You can be just a lay person, what they call, and you can practice and go as many times as you like. Or if you really feel the calling and think, "Wow, this is where I want to be on a impermanent basis," then you could be a monk and be ordained to be there.
And have you decided to be a monk long life or just temporarily?
I'm going for it as a decision for a lifetime.
A lifetime. But maybe you will change your mind. I mean, it's not like you have to be for the rest of your life, right? You can.
Circumstances can happen. You might find some obligation, what they call the mundane or world, to cause you to disrobe, as they call it. But it just depends on the person and the circumstances.
But nobody's going to force you to be there forever, right?
But nobody's obligated. Buddhism's not about obligation. The obligation comes from inside. Otherwise, it's the wrong practice for you. If you're looking for somebody to obligate you to do something, it's not the right, perhaps, format to be in. Because the idea with Buddhism, my understanding is it's from an internal source that you want to be there.
Now we got a little deviated from the first part of my question that I said, okay, you wake up at 4:45 in the morning. So then can you continue the whole day, how it looks like, so people around the world know that what is the schedule of a monk like on a daily basis until the night you sleep at night? Can you tell me? It
depends on the monastery and exactly what the requirements are. I mean, if there is a need for assistance in the kitchen, there could be a little bit of cooking. There's always definitely just general housekeeping and housework. The Sangha, or the Brotherhood of Monks, all work as a team to keep everything nice and tidy. I mean, one thing you'll see if you go to a monastery or a temple, generally, it's always very well kept and clean. That's because everybody has a mindful and careful eye and try to just keep things nice. So, it's a good surroundings for anybody visiting, as well as the people who live there. So,
are you going to have shared room or private room?
whatever you're given, you just have to
Oh.
accept and take. I mean, I'm a very special case. I sleep on a yoga mat anyway.
Oh.
I won't be asking for a king size bed or special mattress.
Is there any air conditioning in the room?
No, there's no air conditioning and there's no heated water, so it's always cold shower. But
Is there a reason for that?
Cold shower, apart from the economical advantage of not having a big electric bill, is actually seen as better for meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it stimulates the body more. It's supposed to do things for your energy that are very positive. So
it's not going to be very cold because the weather in Sri Lanka is not.
Well, we're at the equator.
Yeah.
So
it's like maybe 20, 22 degree or something.
It'd be an issue in Alaska, yeah.
No, you're going to have your own kitchen as well? I mean,
no, it's a shared kitchen.
Sure. So you guys have to cook for yourself, or there is a chef, or they're going to bring charity food to the forest monastery?
Right now, sometimes people bring alms. Like visitors will come for just a day or a couple hours. They'll bring very nice food. Yeah, and then other times there is a chef on site. He used to be the chef, I think, at the Swiss embassy in Colombo.
Oh, wow.
So,
and now he decided to be a monk.
Say he's exploring the possibilities. Yeah. So,
mm-hmm.
We'll see. But very nice guy, and I think basically when you're in a good community, everybody sort of pulls together and makes the surroundings nice as well as the food.
Is it true that monks? Because I was in Thailand in temple, in the Buddhism temple in Thailand, I was teaching ESL, English as Second Language, for 2 months.
Okay.
To monks and also boarding school students. But they had also students from villages that they used to live in, like temple. Okay. Like 200 students, girls and boys.
Right.
And then every day girls would wake up at 3:30 a.m. in the morning, and then they all over, go and grooming and washing, and it was a very, very nice time in my life. Okay. So I remember that the chief, what do you call it? Head monk or abbot? Abbot.
Okay.
Yeah, abbot. In Sri Lanka, they don't call it abbot, do they?
In Sri Lanka, it's Bante.
Over there, they call it head abbot.
Yeah.
So head abbot was telling me that after 12:30 p.m., monk doesn't eat anything. They just maybe eat a little chocolate and water and coffee or tea. So this is the same for you guys after 12:30.
The schedule they have there is precisely that. It's from a breakfast at 7 a.m. and then a lunch at noon. But again, where I'm going is flexible, and I've explained I'm on the converse dietary system, so I fast. I eat my last dinner at like 5 or 6 p.m. I don't eat breakfast or lunch until noon. And why? Because I feel it just works really well for my metabolism, first of all. Secondly, I sleep better. And also, if I want to do any yoga practices, a little bit of stretching, asanas, or anything like that, it's always better on an empty stomach. Also, I find that with an empty stomach, my meditation practice is more clear as well, less distractions. So I'll be doing 12 and 5.
Very good exception.
But it's not about imposing rules. You know what I'm saying? As long as you have sound reasoning and you're taking care of yourself, if somebody then suddenly says, I'm not eating at all, that would be a red flag,
I eat a lot. If I come to Forest Monastery and I want to be there like for 2 weeks practicing being a monk, can I eat anytime I want? Like I go to kitchen at night at 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. and I eat.
The food's all fresh there. There's not things really being restored or
no. If I cook myself, it's possible in Forest Monastery.
Maybe, but I mean, really, they do the food really fresh, just in the moment. A good quantity. If you're eating at 10 at night, I don't know. I'd be surprised.
And how about this one? What is the perception of your friends and relatives and people around you to be a monk? What do they say? Are they happy about your decision?
I don't. Well, people who are close to me are probably not that surprised because I become very sort of, shall we say, disciplined in my own lifestyle. I go to bed at like 8:30 at night, 9 o'clock at night. I don't go out drinking. Like to say that just slowly over time, I've taken a view without even thinking about being a monk or Buddhism or anything else like that. Just it's been a progression over, let's say, the past 5-6 years. I've just started taking a look at my life, observing things that weren't working. I didn't think made me feel good, and then just systematically removing them. So a lot of things that I've removed happen to be very in line again with Buddhism. And I'd say that, mentally and like physically, I'm in better shape for it. And I only just really wish all these observations and occurrences had happened a bit sooner. But I guess it's good to see the path within the same lifetime.
And how is your mother taking the whole scenario? Is she happy with it? Is she gonna come with you nearby, live there,
Yeah,
or she's gonna live in the forest monastery?
No, she's just gonna live nearby the house. Yeah, that'll be fine.
Oh, very
I'm
good.
not asking her to climb the mountain every day. She complains already about the stairs here in Ella. That's enough.
The road that ends to like a monastery is a nice road, or you have to?
No, it's 20 minutes off road.
Oh, but then can you go by scooter or something? You have to walk. 20 minutes. You have
to tuk-tuk or walk. I don't think a scooter would make it there. If you want to visit, you just take a tuk-tuk.
Definitely, I will come and visit you. So that's very good. And the last question is that are there a lot of differences in practices of Buddhism in this country, in Sri Lanka? Like, for example, from one temple to another temple, are there really significant differences?
No, Buddhism as a whole, the practice is pretty synonymous, as I understand it, between one place and the other. What happens is you do have some other branches of Buddhism which are more focused on, or they give you the option of turning into another existence after this life, or going to Nirvana, final stage, so to speak, just to put it really briefly. Theravada, you're really focused on pulling yourself out of the samsara, what they call the circle wheel of life, and ending up in a blissful non-existence. Again, there's other divisions of Buddhism or branches, which I think you can find some of them here in Sri Lanka. I haven't investigated that closely, to be honest, because I'm a believer that if you find what you're looking for, no reason to start double, triple checking it. So that's my take on it. And then obviously you have completely different styles of Buddhism, like in China, for example. One that's really caught my attention because I have the martial arts background is the Shaolin monks. They're Buddhists with Kung Fu. That's very cool, So they're instead of doing
China, not here
in China. Yes. So instead of the yoga practice for the physical, they do the Kung Fu, the martial arts, the Qigong. And I think that's very nice because
the one that they fly, right? It shows you.
Yeah, the flying tiger. Yeah, well, something like that. But the issue is, it's I think the physical is very nice because it relaxes the body, and then the mind can be relaxed, and you can do the meditation practice in a nice way. So I think the two things tie in nicely. It's parallel, but. Yeah, there's a lot of
your monastery. Do you have also lady monks?
No.
Some monasteries are co-ed.
No, in Sri Lanka, as far as I know, there's none like that. Now, in other countries, I think there is some, closer coexistence, but in Sri Lanka, for whatever reason, it's been a little bit more.
What do you call lady monks? What is the name of them? Like for the men, we say monk. For the lady, also we say monk.
We would say nun, wouldn't we?
No.
Yeah. I think it's the same term.
Same term. Yeah. And then what do you call this? The thing that the monk wears, like a sarong, or
it's a robe.
Robe.
Yeah.
But then I have seen two different colors: orange and also a little brown.
Yeah,
like
brown is the forest monastery robe.
Oh, see,
and the orange one is
I'm asking this question.
The orange one is the city monk.
There you are. So city monk like Asapua Mohammed Nava, they have orange robe.
Yeah.
And then the forest monastery, okay. Wow.
I went with my teacher last week to a city temple, and he curiously put on the orange robe and had his brown one tucked on his shoulder. Wow, okay, so you leave the house. You can't leave your brown robe apparently at home. Anyway, it was very interesting.
Very good.
We got a lot of tradition there.
Amazing. And the last question is, why monks they have to shave their head?
Well,
what is the reason?
The commonality view on shaving and removing body hair is you're giving up the attachment to self-image. A lot of people, I guess, have the idea that they're a permanent fixture on this planet, and your hairstyle or your look or your whatever, it's a essence of self. Buddhism is saying that we're all one. Just a little bit of a way to sort of embrace that theory. And for me personally, again, it was a progression. I just started shaving here, and then I started shaving the chin. I liked it. I said, okay. But I never actually thought to myself, oh, I'm shaving my head like a monk. But then I saw it was very practical when I was doing headstands for yoga.
No shampoo.
Saved a lot of money on shampoo and gel. I said, well, this is fantastic. I don't have to style it. I have to complain about the wind. It's all good.
But do you have to do it? I mean, when you go to the monastery as a monk, you have to do it? Is it like one of the conditions?
It's part of the philosophy. It's not like you have to do it. It's like if you're believing in the whole practice and want to be part of it, you just do it.
It's like when you are vegetarian, you're not supposed to eat meat. So it's like that. When you're a monk, you're supposed to
you just shave your head.
Even temporarily, if you want to be a monk, like for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you have to even shave.
First of all, there's no temporary monkhood, as far as I know, of 2 weeks. You can get a temporary ordainment of 4 months, but 2 weeks.
It's just some people are there only for 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, they're what they call lay people. Just like you could go and stay there for 1 or 2 weeks, Barry.
As what?
It's just what's considered a lay person, a normal person.
Lay person.
Yeah, that's a term for somebody who's investigating or practicing Buddhism.
Or watching.
Investigating or practicing.
Do we have to also wear robe?
No, special clothing.
So as a lay person, we can go.
Yeah,
but if you want to be a monk, at least you have to be 4 months a monk. At least.
You know, the idea is if you want to be ordained temporarily or for life, the options that have been explained to me are 4 years, 4 months, which is for the monastery itself. And the general requisite per Buddha himself is 5 years.
5 years.
You're always with your teacher. For 5
But
years.
at any point, if you change your mind for any reason, you can just say goodbye, right? There is, as we said, there's no obligation.
Well, there's no repercussions. That nobody's going to reprimand you. But, you know, you do have to live with your own self in making that decision. So, you know, it's a big decision going in, and it would have to be a very, I think, strong reason to just suddenly pull out. But you know, the essence is freedom of choice. Yeah.
And last question: how many hours a day you have to practice as a monk when you are in the forest monastery? As soon as you wake up at 4:45 a.m. in the morning, like 3 hours a day? I mean, 3 hours, 4 hours altogether.
It depends. It depends on the role that you're filling. If you're a novice monk, if you're a monk with teaching obligations in front of the people who are coming for the retreats, there's just so many different levels of what you could be involved with. I think it's hard to say.
So it depends on how many prayer time you're going to attend, right? We have prayer time in the morning, and then prayer time at around 6 p.m., right?
Well, you have what's called a puja, which is the offering and the chanting. At the forest monastery, it's very brief. It's 15 minutes.
In the morning?
7 a.m. to 7:15, and then 6 p.m. to 6:15.
Oh, okay.
That's it. No, because, again, the forest monastery is really a place for meditation, place for practice, for classes and sharing the Dhamma, the teachings. Whereas, you know, the temple in the city is to attract people to come to the monastery. You understand? That's how the system works.
Do they allow you to go out anytime you want when you're there as a monk? Can you just go anytime outside and go shopping and go just somewhere, go to the beach? If you get bored,
I think as a courtesy, if people are counting on you to be doing something, you just tell them, you know, if it was okay. You know, I don't think anybody just.
Because my friend was in this monastery in Ella, and then she said anytime I wanted to go out, I had to get permission from a monk.
Yeah, I mean, they want to make sure you're okay. You are in the middle of the forest, because people do go on meditation walks. If you go on a long meditation walk and don't come back, somebody should know your own safety. So, you know, there's nobody moderating you to an extreme. It's just a little bit of self-responsibility. You know?
So, Michael, I'm sitting on a double-edged sword, which means I'm very happy for you that you're going to be a monk. At the same time, I'm very, very sad. I'm crying that I'm going to lose one of my best friends. And ex-alumni of Pepperdine University, and we really miss you a lot. I don't know what should I do. So
thank you very much. I say, come and visit me at the monastery.
thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity. It was very nice interview today. We had about yoga concept, about being a monk. So can we call you from now on Monk Michael?
No.
Like Teacher Michael?
No.
Or M&M?
No.
Or MM?
Michael's fine.
Thank you so much. Michael Sands, yoga master from US.
Thank you, everyone. So that's it. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe to the Michael Sands Yoga and Meditation channel. And have a great day. Namaste.
Okay, can you put it on automatic picture? We take one picture together here.